Tonight is finally here, and it's been a long time coming. To get here, we fought a pandemic and the worst hurricane season on record. This planning started on November 24th of 2018 when I received a video of a gorgeous engagement ring on Jamie's finger. She couldn't stop smiling and looking at it, and I played the video over and over. Several years before, while she was single, she and I had a long discussion, and we agreed that God would bring the right man at the right time. He did, and that man's name is Will Pullen.
So I've known Will now for about 27 years. And I can remember the first thing that I ever remember about Will was just seeing him for the first time and thinking, like, my God, that kid has got some white teeth. You know? That was the first thing I remember about him. The first thing that I learned about Will was that he was just this scrappy, fearless little kid. He's still fearless to this day when it comes to things that are important to him. I can remember when Will and Jamie first met. Will called me that night, and he was like, man, I've met her. This is the girl. I'm going to marry her. And like, she is the one. And I was like, well, that's incredible. And obviously, we never had that conversation because we're men and we don't talk about our feelings. But when I met Jamie for the first time, Will didn't have to say any of that. I could see that.
Jamie, I've seen you grow up into a beautiful and driven, compassionate, and successful young woman. You have the biggest heart and have showed it through unconditional love for those around you, and everyone here that's a friend or family member of yours can attest to that. Finding a partner that could stand up to those amazing qualities was destined to be very challenging. But when you told me about Will, I could tell there was something different. The way he made your eyes light up when you talked about him and the smile he brought to your face, even when you guys were so far apart. Will, thank you so much for coming into my sister's life. Thank you for keeping up with her and challenging her, keeping her a little chilled out. Our family is very lucky that you're officially joining in.
This is what I picked.
Jamie, today is our wedding day. Today is the day I've become the luckiest man in the world. We started our love story living 456 miles away from each other, and the odds were against us. To many, that reality of a long-distance relationship would scare most people, which I understand. For you, though, I would have traveled to the moon and back just to spend another day with you.
There are so many things that I love about you, Will, and in case I don't tell you enough, I'd like to now. I love how often you tell me that you love me. I never have to second guess how you feel about me. I love that you tell me I'm beautiful and always lift me up. I love how thoughtful you are and how you always are the first person to celebrate me. I love how comforting you are. Your compassion is what confirms to me that we can make it through whatever comes our way. I love how you make me coffee every morning and how you compliment me on every meal that I make. You keep me grounded and, just like my dad, remind me to relax and not take life too seriously.
Jamie and Will, I admire your love for each other, your acceptance of the obstacles you have faced to get to this day, and your love for family. But as we know, we are missing one bright star tonight. Jamie, Dad would be so proud to be here with you both.
I love you not only for who you are, but for who you inspire me to be. You are the reason I fight hard to become the best person that I can possibly be, and you're the reason that every day is better than the last. I know this day is going to go by fast, so I hope that we both take time to pause and take it all in, every little detail. Today is the day we will reminisce about as we grow old and our hair turns more gray. I know we will look back on this day as the beginning of a journey, one that is sure to be challenging at times, but an incredible journey nonetheless. I promise to never forget this day, the day we commit ourselves to one another for the rest of our lives. I promise to be the one person you can always depend on, cry with, laugh with, and I promise to not take you for granted. Will, you are my everything, and I cannot wait to call you my husband. Let's do this thing. Your future wife, James.
As we begin the rest of our lives together, I promise to give you my entire heart and soul.
I promise to be your light when the world is dark, to always give more than I take.
I promise to expect nothing and give you everything. And I promise that when we look back at our lives together, we live the life with joy and without any regrets.
The great gift of marriage is that it affords you the opportunity to be something more together than you could ever be on your own as individuals. But that something more doesn't just happen. It takes work, effort, and intentionality.